Hey up, it's Steve from the Old Yorkshire Geek and some Star Trek news. Lots of Star Trek news for you today. Some Strange New Worlds, some Prodigy news, and which is news you've probably heard before, but also some news of which I was unaware. Not I was unaware of which I was unaware. But we will get to that. But first off, Star Trek Strange New Worlds. Hollywood Reporter Boris Kitt is reporting that we've got a release date for Strange New Worlds. But before we start, don't forget to like and subscribe, share the videos, drop a comment, hit the notification bell if you're subscribed already. Explore the description for links for stuff like merch and my books and other links for stuff. Just have a good root about in the description and click on links that you might find interesting. Stuff like my Spotify and other stuff. What else? And become a member, and then you get early access videos and exclusive videos and stuff like that. That's on YouTube, obviously. And what else? And super chats and super thanks would be greatly appreciated. Thank you very much. Right, so off we go. Here's the article from the Hollywood Reporter. Star Trek Strange New Worlds charts course for July premiere date for season 3. Paramount Plus. Oh, can I say it? Paramount Plus will kick off the third season with a 2-episode drop. So let's scroll down. There's Ethan Peck and Anson Mount and Rebecca Romaine looking very Vulcan in that shot. Is this the Vulcan episode? Oh, her eyebrows are very Vulcan. Yeah, but anyway, whatever. Right, after what seems like an excruciatingly long wait for Trekkies, or Trekkers, depending which way you lean, Paramount Plus has finally set a premiere date for Season 3 of the Star Trek series Strange New Worlds. The show, an ensemble led by Anson Mount as Captain Pike, will debut with 2 episodes on Thursday, July 17th on the streaming platform. Folks, I'm going to have to re-sign up to it again. Following the premiere, new episodes will drop weekly on Thursdays with the season finale on Thursday, September 11th. An auspicious date. I think that'll be obviously in America. It'll probably be Friday in the UK where I am, I imagine. But so anyway, Paramount Plus previously announced that the series has also been renewed for a 4th season, which is currently in production in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Mount is joined on the bridge by Rebecca Romaine, Ethan Peck, dishy Jess Bush, lovely Christina Chong, the delectable Celia Rose Gooding. Sorry, I'm a dirty old man. Melissa Navia, Babs. Oh, come on, Babs. Babs Ollison Mukun. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. And Martin Quinn. So is he a permanent cast member now? Martin Quinn plays Montgomery Scott. Guest stars this season include Rhys Darby, who's rumoured to be playing Trelane. Apparently there's going to be a Q, which I think is a terrible idea. But anyway, Patton Oswalt, Killian O'Sullivan, Melanie Scrofano, who's Captain Battelle, isn't she? She is Captain Pike's love interest, and Carol Kane, who returns as the quirky Lanthanite Pellier, my least favourite character in the series. It does my head in. Paul Wesley also returns, obviously, as Captain James T. Kirk. Do you mean Lieutenant James T. Kirk? Or maybe that's a promotion this year. I don't know. Maybe he'll be Lieutenant Commander. Don't know, but he's not Captain yet, is he? The 3rd season will pick up from the cliffhanger of Season 2 as the crew of the USS Enterprise faces the violent alien race known as the Gorn. Paramount Plus is teasing a new villain and promises thrilling adventures of faith, duty, romance, comedy and mystery with varying genres never before seen on any other Star Trek. I wonder what we had a musical one, didn't we, last season? The season before we had the fantasy fairy tale one. Last season we had the musical one, which I liked. What we're going to get this time, don't know. There are, people speculating about it. I think my mate Wingrace suspects like a puppet one or Muppets or like they did in that Buffy episode. You're a bloody puppet. That one, not Buffy, it was Angel, wasn't it? That one, or something along them lines. Don't know. who knows? Or maybe it'll be like Thunderbirds or Team America, which would be funny. Although Stargate did that. But anyway, I don't know. Whatever. We will see, won't we? Also, rumours that maybe it could be a silent episode, which has kind of been done already in Buffy, the episode Hush. Although it technically wasn't silent, but nobody could speak. One of the best episodes. Or a black and white one. So what? But anyway, we will see, won't we? We will see. We've not got that long to wait now. Anyway, so there we go. The show debuted in 2022 and is set in the decade before the classic series from the 1960s. In my headcanon, even though they say it's the prime timeline, in my headcanon, it is a different timeline. And it could be argued that all the Star Trek series take place in their own timeline-ish. It could be argued that. Because they're always fannying about with time, aren't they? Going back in time and changing things. And sometimes they say, oh, well, it doesn't affect, everything's gone back to normal. But how do they know? Anyway. It takes a more traditional television approach, using an Adventure of the Week format, which has won over old fans, such as me. I really like Strange New Worlds, but I do have my misgivings about this third season. Anyway, particularly the Vulcan episode. I'm not looking forward to that one. I think Alex Kurtzman's got his finger in this season too much. But anyway. Over old fans, brought in new ones and garnered critical hosannas. Critical hosannas. Oh dear. Goody. Hey, hosanna to the King of Kings and all that stuff. Apologies for the singing. Paramount Plus has said the series is the most watched Star Trek series. Really? Based on views calculated in the first 90 days of release. I bet there's some shenanigans going on there. I don't believe them. It might be the most watched series on Paramount Plus. Most watched Star Trek series on Paramount Plus, I'm guessing. New Star Trek series on Paramount Plus. Anyway, whatever. I don't think it'll be the most watched ever. The series has also produced clever gimmick episodes in the sense that there was an all-musical episode and a crossover episode with an animated Star Trek series. Oh, I enjoyed that one as well. These have sent fans into gleeful tizzies. I wouldn't go that far. Even though I did enjoy them, I did like them, and I kind of tried to defend them a little bit. But there are a lot of fans, that, particularly the musical episode, that didn't like it. I think it was the Klingons. The Klingons singing and dancing that kind of turned people off. I didn't mind it because they couldn't help themselves. It was explained in the episode why it was happening. Anyway, the series is produced by CBS Studios, Secret Hideout and Roddenberry Entertainment. Check out the poster below. There it is. There's the poster. On some alien world. Is it somewhere we've been before? Is it a new world? Or is it just... It's a strange new world, isn't it? That's what it is with the Enterprise up there. And there's Pike with his hair doesn't look quite as mad. Not mad, but tall there, does it? He's had it trimmed out. And she's getting more hair, is Uhura. But anywho, all the gang's back, it seems. Not showing Scotty, are they? There, so maybe he's not a permanent cast member. So there we go. So July 17th, probably 18th in the UK. It's season 3 is coming, and I hope it's good because I really like Strange New Worlds. Strange New Worlds is the only series of new Star Trek that I have bought physical copies of. I've got the Blu-rays for seasons 1 and 2. I've not for any of the other not bought any of the other new Star Treks. So there we go. Even though I do like Lower Decks and I did like Prodigy, I'm kind of lying. I did buy season 1 of Prodigy on Amazon Prime. You know, when it got cancelled and everything and removed from Paramount Plus. It was available to buy on Amazon Prime, so I did buy season 1. So I kind of have bought that as well. But it's not physical. Anyway, so there we go. So that's that. Right, we'll move on to the next news story. Speaking of Prodigy, as you may know, there it is. Looking at comicbook.com, Marco Vito Oddo, probably mispronouncing that, is telling us about how Prodigy is leaving Netflix. there he says, there it is. Netflix is about to lose its only Star Trek series due to issues with licensing. You'd think Netflix would sort that out, wouldn't you? If they really wanted to keep it. Don't know. Star Trek Prodigy is leaving Netflix, and its creators fear it's the end of the line for the show. So I don't understand these issues with licensing. I mean, it's probably all tied up in legal matters and stuff that few people understand. Anyway, let's have a read. Netflix is poised to lose its sole Star Trek series, Star Trek Prodigy, unless you're in the UK, and then you can enjoy all the classic Star Treks from the original series through the animated series and Next Generation, Deep Space Nine, Voyager and Enterprise. You can enjoy all those on Netflix in the UK, and it's amazing. But I do wish they'd upscale Deep Space Nine and Voyager, because the picture quality on those sometimes is abominable. Really, really bad. Anyway, I'll start that again. Netflix is poised to lose its sole Star Trek series, Star Trek Prodigy, as the animated show's licensing agreements with the streaming giant are set to expire. Then renew them, Netflix. You can afford it. I can't imagine it costs that much. But anyway, this news marks another challenging chapter for the series, which was originally developed for Paramount Plus before being removed and later finding a new streaming home on Netflix. The show's creators, Dan and Kevin, maybe he's another brother, Dan and Kevin Hageman. I don't know if I've heard somebody else pronounce it like that. So I think it was Ellie from Trek Culture. I think she said Hageman. So we're going with that because Ellie's lovely. And I wish Ellie would do all the Star Trek stuff over on Trek Culture because Sean Ferrick, I'm sure he's a lovely fella, kind of does me head in. But, with his ups and downs, 99 ups and 1 down, usually. I'm exaggerating, but I'm sure he's a lovely chap. Anyway, where were we? The show's creators, Dan and Kevin Hageman, addressed the impending removal, emphasising that it's a matter of licensing rather than low viewership or any internal issues with the show itself. Their hope, and that of many fans, is that another platform will recognise the series' value and pick it up, ensuring that the adventures of the USS Protostar crew can continue to inspire a new generation of Star Trek enthusiasts. Why can't Netflix just renew it? Or Paramount Plus just think, sod it, we'll buy it back. Or we'll buy the licence back from whomever has it. You'd think Paramount would have the licence, wouldn't you? They made the blooming thing. Is it because it were kind of a co-production with Nickelodeon? Do you think that's caused the issues? With it being like a multi-company deal? I don't know. But just somebody buy it back, because it were good. Star Trek Prodigy were good. It started off a bit iffy, as Star Trek shows generally do. But it picked up and it got really, really good, particularly in season 2. And they even had a game which you can watch me play badly on my YouTube channel, a Star Trek Prodigy game. Anyway, while the future removal of hashtag Star Trek Prodigy on Netflix is disconcerting, it has little to do with lack of viewership or anything nefarious, Dan and Kevin Hageman stated in a joint Blue Sky account. Get on X, you big girls' blouses. Bloody hell. We've come to learn the licence for Season 1 is up June 24th and Season 2 December 31st. We hold out hope someone will pick it up. The next generation of Trek fans deserve it. Yes, Star Trek Prodigy first premiered on Paramount Plus. I nearly whistled then, didn't I? In October 2021, also airing on Nickelodeon. However, in a surprising move, in June 2023, Paramount Plus removed Prodigy from its service as part of a broader content purge, despite a second season already being in production. It was mental, and I don't think anybody really understands why they did it. Does Paramount even understand why they did it? What did they have against Prodigy? I have no idea. It was weird. This led to a fervent hashtag Save Star Trek Prodigy fan campaign. Their efforts were rewarded when Netflix announced in October 2023 that it had acquired the series. Season 1 landed on Netflix on December 25th, 2023. a nice Christmas present. And the complete 20-episode second season followed with a single-day drop on July 1st, 2024. Now, with these Netflix licenses expiring, the future of Prodigy's streaming availability is once again uncertain. To make matters worse, Paramount Global Content Distribution has referred to Season 2 as the show's final season in some publicity materials, meaning a third season of Star Trek Prodigy is unlikely. We're carrying on. As the first series, and yeah, it is sad. I don't understand what they had against it, because it was a good show. As the first series in the franchise, specifically aimed at younger audiences, you can tell sometimes, but there are still some good stories in there. Star Trek Prodigy successfully introduced the core tenets of Starfleet and the optimistic vision of Gene Roddenberry's creation to a new generation, not only of viewers, but also the crew of the Protostar. They weren't Starfleet officers, they were these kids that were born on this, they were like slaves, who were supposed to be mining on this planet, and they found, I can't remember how, I think it explained how it got there. They found the USS Protostar in a deep in a cave somewhere on this planet, and activated it, and began learning how to, because of the Janeway hologram that were part of the ship's systems, they started learning, the tenets of the Starfleet and the Federation, and how to be good people and all that stuff to help those in need, etc. And it was amazing. The CG animated series follows a diverse group of young alien outcasts in the Delta Quadrant. This ragtag crew discovers an abandoned experimental Starfleet vessel, the USS Protostar, equipped with an emergency training hologram of Captain Catherine Janeway, voiced by Kate Mulgrew. Together they learn to operate the ship, work as a team, and embrace the ideals of Starfleet as they make their way towards the Federation. Which I've kind of just said. I should read things in advance. The critical reception for Star Trek Prodigy has been overwhelmingly positive. It garnered praise for its stunning animation, engaging characters, and its ability to tackle complex themes in an accessible way for younger viewers, while still offering plenty for long-time adult fans, particularly with its strong ties to Star Trek Voyager and the return of Kate Mulgrew as Janeway, both in hologram form and later as the actual Vice Admiral Janeway. Prodigy also received numerous accolades, including a Peabody Award for its contribution to children's and youth programming, and multiple Children's and Family Emmy Awards, including one for Outstanding Individual Achievement in Animation for production designer Alessandro Taine. Apologies, Alessandro. Yeah, but they still got bloody cancelled, didn't it? You think Kurtzman resented it? Bet he did. The importance of Star Trek Prodigy extends beyond its critical acclaim. It served as a vital entry point for children and families in the Star Trek franchise, a role that few other modern Trek series are designed to fill. Its existence helped ensure that the values and imaginative storytelling of Star Trek could continue to resonate with and inspire younger demographics. As such, the loss of Prodigy from a major streaming platform like Netflix, I'm shaking my head, makes it harder for new fans to discover the show and for its current audience to continue enjoying it conveniently. The hope remains, as expressed by its creators and dedicated fanbase, that another streaming service or platform will see the intrinsic value and beloved status of Star Trek Prodigy and provide it with a new home. Star Trek Prodigy is currently available on Netflix until, June and December. Would you like Star Trek Prodigy to continue? Yes. Join the discussion in the comments, and do that in my comments too. Yes, so there we go. Star Trek Prodigy is leaving Netflix for licensing reasons. Netflix just renew the license, or Paramount Plus buy the license back and put it on Paramount Plus so that all of Star Trek is a bit, as you promised, it is there. It's the home of all things Star Trek, you said back in the day, and then got rid of Prodigy for some bizarre reason. You're mental. Sort it out. So there we go. But anyway, with the loss of Prodigy and Lower Decks ending, this one came as a surprise to me. There's going to be a new animated Star Trek series, apparently. According to Trek Central, who's Jack Trestrail reports. Exclusive, he says, new Star Trek series in development. So let's have a read of this one. Trek Central has discovered a new unannounced Star Trek series is in development. So this is probably maybe classed as rumour. I don't know if it's unannounced, but we will see. The series, titled Star Trek Starfleet Scouts, appears to be a family-friendly project. You may be thinking of the Paramount Plus Star Trek Prodigy series, which was a franchise first for targeting a younger audience. What about the animated series? That were technically aimed at a younger audience. It was a Saturday morning cartoon, although it did deal with some adult themes. But anyway, whatever. However, this new Star Trek series seems to be children's animated digital shorts that will air on YouTube for kids. Trekkies, or Trekkers, have been anxiously waiting for news on what is next in the Star Trek universe, whilst Star Trek Strange New Worlds and Starfleet Academy keep the live-action side of things running. Animated Trek has recently faltered. Star Trek Prodigy was cancelled after just 2 seasons, and Star Trek Lower Decks concluded with its 5th season. I'm still holding out hope for like a Lower Decks movie, or I don't know, another live-action crossover, or even a live-action continuation of Lower Decks. Would be amazing. Anyway, it felt like the animated Star Trek universe had come to a dead end for the foreseeable future. Now this new reveal looks to have changed things. So what do we know about this new Star Trek Starfleet Scout series? Okay, let's have a read then. As this is an unannounced Star Trek series, not many details are currently unknown. Our first indication of this new series comes from the USPTO, United States Patent and Trademark Office. The filing details clearly list a multimedia series featuring animation distributed via various platforms. Additionally, another source is a casting website. This site is specifically requesting young actors and actresses for a YouTube short series. So it's possible this could air on the Nick Jr. YouTube channel. Right, but how do you know it's Star Trek? Anyway, it seems Star Trek Starfleet Scout is that, you know, is the patent, is that a link to it? Hey, let's have a look. I'm going to open a link and we'll have a look. Oh yes, it is. Yes, so here it is. So it is a link. You can click to it, and it is Star Trek Starfleet Scouts. Yes, and the trademark has been accepted by the office. So there we go. Generated on the 17th of May 2025. Right, fair enough. Star Trek Starfleet Scouts. Cool. Let's go back to the article. Where the heck have I put it? There it is. Where were we? It seems Star Trek Starfleet Scouts will be something like Disney Plus and Lucasfilm's Star Wars Young Jedi Adventures. This Star Wars series originally started as 6 shorts on YouTube before it gained a full season order. It has been an excellent success for Disney Plus, where I've never seen it, with 2 full 20-plus episode seasons released and a 3rd in production. Based on casting information, the new animated series will focus on 3 8 to 9-year-old friends as they go to school on an Earth-like planet. The series will follow their adventures as they train to become future Starfleet explorers. This information seems like a step before Starfleet Academy. The characters of Starfleet Scouts are described as cool, funny, heroic, and authentic. So can it revive a dying franchise? These articles are longer than I thought. Could this new Star Trek series solve the franchise's current problem? New fans. It is no secret that the majority of Trek's core viewership is ageing, such as me, and it is struggling to gain new, younger fans. Recent interviews for Star Trek Section 31, which were terrible, the worst thing that's ever had the Star Trek name splattered on it, revealed that Star Trek's executives and producers are concerned about the decline in audience and stop making crap, and the possibility of attracting the next generation of fans. To them, Star Trek is dying. It wouldn't be if you made proper Star Trek. That is universally accepted, more or less. Because there is some Star Trek that I like that a lot of, old Star Trek fans don't like. I'm a fan of Strange New Worlds. I like Lower Decks. I liked Prodigy. Anyway, to them, Star Trek is dying. However, when Paramount Plus cancels projects like Star Trek Prodigy, you have to wonder how they plan to solve the problem. With that said, Star Trek Starfleet Scouts could be the next attempt at tackling this significant franchise issue, while the target audience is preschoolers or a family-friendly environment. Positioning it on YouTube is a fantastic opportunity. More and more people watch YouTube every day as their primary entertainment source, especially younger people. A dedicated short series could appeal to a new, untapped audience in hopes of reinvigorating the fan base. It will remain to be seen whether this next attempt will expand the final frontiers. See what they did there? Offering something meaningful to the next generation. See what they did there as well. Star Trek Prodigy, it was one attempt that Paramount Plus saw as too expensive or with insufficient viewers to warrant keeping it running, which apparently is not the case according to the producers. But anyway, they did, however, swing between treating it as a for-kids series by placing it on Nickelodeon and as a more general audience fare on Paramount Plus with much higher expectations to meet, meaning the beautifully crafted series seems to have fallen into the crack between with the odds unjustly set against it in the ruthless world of streaming. Recently, it was reported on Netflix, it was reported that Netflix has passed on the third season of Star Trek's first young person dedicated show, and as its licensing period is also expiring, blah, 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 blah. We know all about this. I've just told you about it, haven't I? And there's some Star Trek fans. I've got one of them uniforms, and I look worse than him in mine. What's he dressed as? Is he, I don't know. Is he a male on? I don't know. But there's another Klingon there. With shades on, and some Starfleet officers, another Klingon there, and I don't know what she's dressed as. God, it's going on. How long is this? Oh, I've been nailed. Right, hope for the future. While I'm not the target audience for this new Star Trek series, says the author, it sounds interesting. If it is akin to Disney Plus's Young Jedi Adventures, I can see it going down well with young audiences. It would naturally bridge series together, helping connect young audiences to the more teen-centric Starfleet Academy series. Does that mean it'll be set in the 31st century or whatever the hell it is? And then that audiences to the more mature main Star Trek series. I've probably read that wrong. I couldn't make head nor tails of that half a sentence. Anyway, ultimately, this is what Star Trek needs, a series to bring young viewers into the fandom and introduce them to the lore and ethos of the Star Trek universe, which what blooming Prodigy were doing. However, many of you might point out that Paramount Plus, has already tried this with Star Trek Prodigy. Why don't I read ahead? So could this idea work? Can Star Trek appeal to younger audiences? And more importantly, will Paramount recognise its prior mistakes and give it the support needed? Ultimately, we'll have to hope for the best and wait to see how things play out. Star Trek Starfleet Scouts is currently casting its voice actors and is set to begin recording imminently, according to casting information. Its existence has not, however, been officially revealed yet. San Diego Comic-Con is just around the corner, however. The huge pop culture event usually sees Paramount Plus beam down with Star Trek panels for news, trailers and more. So we're excited for any upcoming reveals. Perhaps we'll see an official announcement in July. Either way, follow Trek Central for blah, 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 for all that stuff. Right, okay, so fair enough. Interesting. Let's have another look at this trademark thing and see if we can find anything. Goods and services. Here we go. Right. Entertainment services, namely a multimedia series featuring animation distributed via various platforms across multiple forms of transmission media, providing non-downloadable television programs featuring animation via a video-on-demand service, providing entertainment information to others via a global computer network. Right, fair enough. Right, so a YouTube series, in other words. Because I was thinking, could it be a game that we're talking about? Like a mobile game or whatever. But no, it's saying there it's non-downloadable television programs. Right, fair enough. And it's active. So there we go. So that's the information there, isn't it? That we're interested in. Entertainment services. There we go. Namely, a multimedia series featuring animation distributed via various platforms across multiple forms of transmission media, providing non-downloadable television programs featuring animation via video on-demand service, providing entertainment information to others via a global computer network. So more than likely YouTube, as they said. So there we go. Right. So that's interesting. That's interesting. When will that be coming though? Is it in production, or is it just in early development? They've just got the idea for it. Don't know. Has any casting been done? Have any scripts been written? No idea. No idea. But there we go. We will leave it there. We will leave it hanging in the air or in space for now. So, right. So again, before I go, I shall reiterate, like and subscribe, share the videos, drop a comment, hit the notification bell if you've subscribed already. If you like what I do, subscribe and support the channel. It's hugely appreciated by liking and all that stuff. If you don't like what I do, I can't please everybody, can I? But anyway, and comment in the comments whether you agree with my opinions or not. Call me an idiot, even if you do agree with me, because I am an idiot. Right, so we'll leave it there. So thanks for watching. Wherever you are, look after each other. And until next time, thumbs up. I'll say there. That old Yorkshire geek with stories too.